Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week of Valorant. Uh, NECC Week 2, post Valorant versus Transylvania University. Looks like they're just getting some finishing touches here, and we'll be right into the matches in just a second. Again, it looks like they are doing the map select in the Discord itself, so I don't actually have access to what the maps are. It could be Ascent based off of fact that it's being hovered right now. Oh, yep, and it looks like we are just waiting on the coach for Post to get in here. I believe that is Meech. And it looks like for Post we do have another week of Bray being in, subbing in for this team. So the same roster that we had in the first NECC matchup. Looks like SteveJobless is back this time. I know for ECAC week 1, it was Kevin Bittner was in instead. But we do have SteveJobless here. Today's matchup should be a pretty even looking one at face value. At least with the ranks of everybody on both the teams, a very, very even matchup skill wise. Rank always not always being the determinant factor of skill though, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Obviously, team play is going to be super important. It's a very different ball game than the ranked environments. Excited to see how this Post team looks in their second match of NECC. It looks like it is Ascent, Lotus, and then Bind. That is going to be the map pool here. Shoutouts to Mojo for the help there. Ascent, Lotus, Bind. I don't think we've seen them on any of the maps of these maps so far. Maybe a Bind game? Yeah, we did see them in Bind game 2 of the first week of NECC. But Ascent is definitely a new look here. Well, something we've seen them on before in seasons prior. Not this season, but something that Post liked a lot. So I'm going to assume it's probably a map pick of theirs. They like to play that Breach Jet a lot. They like to find plays generally through like stuff like B main, A main on defense, where they'd use the Jet Breach to take space. Something that was very consistent for them. A map that they played a lot of last semester. So we'll have to see what adaptations they've made over the year. See if they run some sort of a similar strat. And then Lotus is something we have. Actually, they might have played it in their ECAC week 1 match. Yeah, I think it was the final game of their... Yeah, it was the final game of their match. So we have seen them on 2 of the maps, not Ascent. So we'll have to see how that plays out. It looks like Post will be on the defending side to start. And I'm curious to see what the role assignments might be as well. Mojo, last week for NECC, played a lot of, I think it was Sova both games. And then in ECAC, there was a couple of Yoru games. Maybe a Sova game. I forget what he played game 3. But we saw like very, very different roles coming out. We saw Arena from Dissident. SteveJobless wasn't there. Bray played some KO. maybe a Cypher game at one point. But there was that KO that came out. Bray, in their first match of the year, had played only Sentinel. You might see something more like that again, more like their first match, just having SteveJobless back in the roster and in the lineup. But they put up a really good fight in both their series last week. So we'll have to see how things develop here. I will say that their look in their second series against a team that was supposed to be much stronger from a from just like a rank perspective, they punched way up towards that team. They almost had the win in a couple of the maps there. They did win the first map, I believe. Yeah, they won the first map. They brought the second map to, I think, 13-11, and then the final map, unfortunately, didn't go their way. But they started a comeback sort of from 9-3. I think they won like the first. I think they brought it to like 13-8 from like 9-3, which is like on the way to a comeback. It was just a couple unfortunate rounds that happened. A big Killjoy ult that came through. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think they had a better look in their second match last week, and I think that's just a sign of getting more comfortable with each other as well. Excited to see if maybe they look at that second match and they just go, maybe role assignments should be different. If it's just like a communication thing, just working to like work on things together. We'll have to see what they pull out here. A new map for them, obviously. Ascent, one of the oldest maps in the game, came out on the release of Valorant, so it was the fourth map introduced. Basically the first map, besides the 3 beta maps, and basically hasn't left the pool, I'm pretty sure, ever. I could be wrong. It might have left a couple months ago. I know they were talking about it, but clearly back in the pool here, so we will have to see what these teams pull out, and it looks like we are at the ready here. Just a couple of checks left. It looks like both teams have readied up. Oh. Looks like they are just double checking some things real quick. So Meech isn't showing up for the coach slot, so they will be without Meech again this series from the looks of it, at least for game 1. But yeah, I think the biggest improvements in their second series over their first one that came through was, I think, a lot of one, the individual gunfights I think were a lot better. I think the individual gunfights were a lot better, but also I think there was just more coordination on their executes, on their post plants. Things overall seemed more coordinated, and maybe it was just like first series nerves. But we will have to see how they play today and see if they can look more like their second series than their first one. I know Mojo and Dissident were on a tear, but also there was like a couple big clutches from Bray. Goops had some insane aim. It looks like we are about to get into lobby right now, or into game. Just are checking. Cool. All right. Yep, so we're going to Ascent here. And instantly we're seeing fast locks come in. Sova, Omen, Raze, a Jet Hover. So it is going to be a Jet Raze comp. Double duelist. Very, very, very interesting. Here for... oh, Killjoy lock. Alright, so Killjoy, Sova, pretty standard. Omen standard. Jet or Raze is usually pretty standard, but generally you'll have a flash agent, so they are going to go no flashes here, which is quite interesting from Transylvania University. But on the other side, we're seeing an Astra for SteveJobless. So SteveJobless was on the Jet roll last week. He's going to be on Smokes this week. Bray going to be back on that KO. Goops with a Deadlock here, quite an interesting pick, not typically seen a lot in competitive play. Deadlock considered one of the weaker agents generally from the Sentinel role, just because the trips are based off of sound, and you can kind of just walk right by them. Very good on, they can be very, very useful on the defense, especially because they have that stun. The only problem is on offense, not having a flank trip can be really, really difficult. And then a very standard Raze look here as well. I don't mind the Astra at all. The Deadlock, I'm a little curious to see how it works. Maybe they're playing for very, very heavy defensive rounds and only just to convert a few attacking rounds. Ascent in the past has been pretty defensive sided. Sometimes certain comps have been able to change that here and there, but we'll have to see, as it is going to be a hard B look off rip. From the looks of things, but actually Jet is gonna run over towards A. Be a little bit of a lurker there. Did shoot that dart, and the KO knife not gonna spot anything either, so they are gonna get an insta walk in here. Goops is just gonna be jiggling this angle, ready to throw the barrier deployed. Barrier, which is just gonna be shot out immediately. Because that barrier was shot early on the movement, much like a baseball, it starts off a little bit weaker, so they were able to break that with the pistols. I honestly maybe would have liked to see that thrown a little bit early instead of reactionary for that reason, because it would have just cut off that B site in general. But now we're going to see a little walk up towards mid. That smoke mid is going to cut off Bray from being able to see anybody. With that KO knife, also going to miss on the tags, and I don't know if Bray actually saw anybody there. Does get the peek now, gets dinked through the wall, is going to be okay for now. And wow, a big walk up here for VGM, and we'll see if they look back towards B is what it looks like. And post not really prepared for it, only two people here. Bray all alone, 30 seconds left, gonna get taken down, and now it's down to Goops to just hold the line here. There's such a difficult task, especially with that wave coming through, and with no help on the site, it's just going to go down, and it's going to be a clean site take here for Transylvania.
Spike planted.
And now, post a tough retake here as Mojo try and break that
player
finds
standing.
one. That'll be the only kill for Post on that round. Is a very clean site take, very clean site hold here coming through.
Praise! I love your boom style, my girl.
They're very patient about it too. They stayed pretty grouped together. They dodged all of this info utility coming out for Post.
BYB fam,
very well.
going to Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do.
Spread out the defense so they wouldn't stay grouped on B, and then went for a re-hit onto B as a little bit of a split through both mid and B main.
I am with you.
I really
We
like
are
that
strong.
coming through for them. And now they're going to start off with another more slow play round here with their Spectres and such. It looks like Post are going to get a little bit aggressive here. SteveJobless not able to find that kill. BGM gonna find two, and with that, the rotates are gonna instantly come through for Post here. But the bomb's all the way on the other side of the map here. They're blocked off by a deadlock wall, which is now gonna get broken. It's gonna cause Post to kind of run out, and a beautiful head tap from Dissident, but the classic not dealing enough damage there. It was a nice little chunk, but that's all it'll be here now.
Last player standing.
Not gonna find the tag down in Sora space. We'll take out goops. That dart ping. Only a matter of time, and VGM finds their third on the round. So far, a pretty dominant situation here coming through. They keep all three Bulldogs, two Spectres, a lot of money in their pocket, and Post will be able to buy this round, so this should be the round where Post look to find something here. Already 5-0 for VGM here. Knives almost online. One kill or Orb, and Knives will be around for the next round if they want them. Besides that, nobody particularly close to ult here. Dissident is going to take this early peek on Raze. They're going to wait out the Sova dart, which does come out super early, and it seems like the way things are going. Quick gun duel there, but nothing yielded on the result. And on the other side of the map, Bray looking around is going to get some info as well, and know that they are very spread out. Zelt's in the mid over there, lower mid, going to head on back, and it's just a bunch of different contact points coming in for Transylvania. They're just looking for a kind of feel of what this defense looks like, gathering all this info before looking for a play, and I really do like it. It's very, very coordinated here, and Dissident with the shoulder piece does get and that is a beautiful nade, and Dissident finds 2 kills off of it.
Spike down B.
The gunplay overall, but the net grenade plus the Raze grenade, which I think is a little bit off.
30 seconds left.
But VGM answers back with 2 themselves, and now they should have this A site under wraps here.
Blocking sight.
VGM now has a rifle as well. Makes a little bit of noise here. Distant ready for this position. VGM just going to back off anyways, and look at Mojo, who is on a pretty big flank here. And I think that is going to be the key to this round if Mojo can find a kill here. Oh, the timing! But Mojo still finds the kill regardless, and Zelt going to be sitting lower here, and time ticking down, so they are going to have to be a little bit quicker about this with the corners tucked. Very, very
last player standing.
Going to get taken down, and Dukes will find the kill to close out that round. They should get the defuse with Dissident here.
Shame.
And a round that was pretty going the way of Post there. Could have been very dangerous.
See? You're stubborn.
3-0 snowball, but Post managed to claim that. We'll claim it with 3 guns as well, which is not a bad look at all. Are a little short on cash, so it's going to be a couple of Bulldogs here for SteveJobless and Bray, but Post will manage to convert off of the back of a really good showing from Dissident there. I really liked what they did towards this B main here. The net grenade was a great combo. Unfortunately, I don't think the Raze grenade was quite placed where it was supposed to be for the kills there, but Again, Dissident shooting working out well, and now we're actually seeing a very grouped look here for Transylvania, which is the first time we've seen something like this. They're going to check wine. It's a very clean, coordinated. I really like the execute they put forward here, and it's just going to be a site completely given.
Spike planted.
Maybe had an opportunity to spray through, but isn't going to do so. And it looks like everything is just so well drilled for them here. They have their sight take, they have their clean execute, and it's pretty masterful to watch here. And we'll now see
revealing
Mojo. Gonna spot quite a few of them. It is very dangerous, and off of that beautiful dart, everyone's just gonna die.
One enemy remaining.
And suddenly it's all down. Yashi finds one.
My ultimate is ready.
One enemy remaining.
On the ball right now, and Mojo will close out the round. Got a little bit dangerous. Yashi made it close, but wow. That was incredible. It looked so tough. Close for so long, but nobody shot the dart.
Here.
Out from Mojo, and it was just, I mean, it spotted everybody. Once the dart spotted everybody, the walls on a set A site are pretty much paper thin. They just sprayed through all the walls, through all the smokes. Found 3 kills instantly, and it kind of just became an instant flood after that, so I really like that look.
Sound sensor up. Get out of my way.
A very clean round overall for Transylvania. Will not go their way despite very clean execute. Seemed like well-built positions. Just wasn't ready for that dart. Now we're going to see them take a little bit of mid-control. So another different look here. And Mojo just going to walk out B main and just find one mid. Such a bold strategy there. Been a little bit tough. And Bray going to struggle to get out of pizza there. Unfortunately going to get tagged with that first shot and then taken down. And Uziyashi is just walking straight through A. Nobody knows about this. Such a free look, and VGM with the knife is gonna come through and get a second kill now as well, and they just have the sight. So the Omen getting straight through A isn't even actually going to matter here. The site is now taken. SteveJobless maybe having an opportunity to take out this
last player standing.
VGM is just
Spike
so
planted.
incredible right now, and it's all down to Mojo. Might just want to look for a little bit of a save here. And VGM gets a 4K to close out that round. He's absolutely insane with those knives. Right now, it does really look like VGM is the tip of the spear here for Transylvania, as an 11-2 start. More kills than the rest of the team combined. Just absolutely putting them on their back right now, and it's... Let's see. No money here for post, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for them here. And it's another slow start here on this attack side. Just kind of feeling things out, waiting for some sort of pressure. But Post is just sitting very, very far back, trying not to give too much information here. It feels like it's so easy for space to be taken here on this round. I do like the fact that they did choose to play quite far back on this round, being worried about maybe a low econ strat of just like a group up from Post. Doesn't look like we'll see any of that, and now they're gonna start to just walk over towards B, but I think the important thing is VGM is just sitting here towards A. Now feels the rotates. That's the big part, because the ults now come through as well, and
30 seconds left.
And VGM all over on the other side.
Party's over.
One enemy remaining.
And a third, the beautiful
That
lurk
sucks.
there, and what a beautiful setup from them. They're finding all the right timings here. VGM just kind of snuck in and hung into tree. I think that's sort of the problem with Post's defensive setup right now is they're playing so far back. It's very easy for the space to kind of take in. They do have buys on this round now, and 5 ults ready, so we should see something maybe a bit explosive here from Post around that. It almost feels like a must-win this early to get some of this momentum back in. It's another slow start and a spot on Bray here. Yeah, take the shot, won't find the kill. Oh, and a piece of Dissident doesn't quite find the kill as BGM will be able to get away here, but now a little bit stalled out, and it looks like they are going to work towards A again, which is blocked off by that deadlock wall. They're going to grab that orb
Here.
onto the Killjoy, and deadlock wall going to disappear here, and Dissident peeks out and gets taken out instantly by BGM, who is playing in a little bit of a corner on that smoke there. A little unfortunate for Dissident. Probably didn't expect that angle, and Bray all alone towards B. The timing is going to miss out on the fact that Zelt is just walking straight into B site here. Post right now just look completely
30 seconds
here.
left.
Zelt finds the backstab kill, and now there's going to be a fight in the base, and Zelt will take out SteveJobless in their spawn. Mojo, though, able to get a trade, but maybe too little too late here.
10 seconds left. Last player standing.
VGM gonna find the kill, and they're gonna get that plant very, very last second, but it's not gonna matter.
Spike planted.
4 people left alive here. Goops will take the A here, and VGM finds a third, and man, I think this might be the most coordinated I've seen a Valorant team in my entire time cast. Their strats look very well drilled. Seems like they have a genuine game plan going into the round. Seems like they know what their opponents are gonna do. They're very reactive to what's happening on the map. Everything just seems very, very intentional here from them. And coordinate across the map. They're really just spinning this web constantly in the round.
Blocking movement.
It just feels so controlled, and we'll have to see if Post can maybe create some chaos to throw off their strategies. But as of right now, it just looks so difficult.
Deploying drone.
Still,
Enemy mark.
about 3 minutes. Bray will find a kill, and now Bray finds a second one. VGM does manage to get a trade back here. And the Sheriff ringing through for Goops, who will get the head tap, but unfortunately not enough to kill here. He actually has quite a lot of damage though, and now
Spike planted.
2v3 here. They didn't recover any of the guns in mid, so it is just going to be off the back of Sheriffs here. A very doable round
Without
here,
a star, I cannot.
Last player standing.
Here is Bray will go down, and just before the star. Beautiful head taken out.
One enemy
Here,
remaining.
Make it a second. SteveJobless has a shot at this. Very low health here from Omen. Oh, and a beautiful try from SteveJobless. The shots will not ring true. Muziushi finds the clutch there. A very good eco round coming through. Bray finding 2, SteveJobless finding 2. Those Sheriffs
I should
putting
probably
in a
play
lot of
some
work.
stars in the astral plane. Oh. I should. Oh.
Came down to just, I believe,
Needs
5
help.
HP. Post will go buy
There.
back here, and I think that's the kind of chaos you sort of need. Although, to be fair, I think that was a pretty well-coordinated strat there from Post, using that Sova ult well. Looking for that big play, being up here and looking to fight their guys together. Trying to find one people they know. But how spread out Transylvania have been on a lot of these starts here, and oh, this is going to be bad for SteveJobless.
Oh, come on.
To find one, which is kind of the best you can ask for in that situation here, and oh my god, BGM on the other side is just finding another kill here.
Right here.
Bomb's gonna be planted. It's just so hard because it feels like even when post are finding plays right now, VGM has just been absolutely insane. The game department here so hard to take down.
Blocking sight.
Back here knowing VGM has to be dealt with here, but now I think they're gonna choose to ignore it. Moose is gonna get shot out here. Mojo finds that kill on the Moose is gonna see it now. They can worry about VGM on the back end, but
One enemy remaining.
VGM can't quite find that last kill, but it's going to clean it up. Post is absolutely pinched out. VGM playing the time game so well on the flank there. I mean, it's just incredible to watch right now. 23 kills. 23 and 3, and it's... I mean... What can you do? This guy is just insane. I mean, besides that, I mean, I feel like it's not just the aim, it's how they're being enabled here. Dissident instantly with a rocket, looking for multiple...
Spike down A.
It's gonna go down, and now the retaliation here.
Barrier deployed.
Oh, a beautiful nade from Dissident actually, when dying, is gonna bring this up to 3v3 here. Oops, all alone right now, having to defend this site. And I think it's going to be a back away from the A site here. Going to go and clear out mid right now. Make sure that there's no fast flank coming through. They may look back towards a through catwalk here. By the looks of it, they are going to see that the KO knife spotted nobody towards B. But that means they do know that KO has to either be market or B from the way that knife was thrown. And they are just going to walk straight back into A site.
30
here.
seconds
Good
left.
opportunity. Does manage to find one, and it's gonna be a 2v2 retake here, and
Spike
now
planted. Last player standing.
finds one, and it's just gonna get out. Beautiful discipline there, not going for the other kill, regrouping with their teammate here. And now SteveJobless in such a hard time, especially with that reroll being used, but SteveJobless gonna have to play ring around the rosy here. And then there's just BGM ready for that, so beautiful force from Zelt to force SteveJobless directly into the line of sight of BGM there. I mean, how can you
Should I
not
play some
love
stars in this reality?
the coordinated play going on here? I think, to be honest, this might be from a team
Come on, let's go!
like
There.
a shot calling perspective or like map movement perspective. This might be the best team that I've seen in face. Dissident tries to make the outlaw work.
Nowhere to run!
Not quite. Going to find the shots there. And Stilts with the Silva ult just finds another kill here. SteveJobless all alone gonna be challenged. I mean, it's just dominance throughout the map this round, and it's so effective with the low guys that they have. This an opportunity.
Spike planted. Last player
To be able to
standing.
find it and absolutely swarmed by the rest of Transylvania.
Last round in the half.
Buy the best gear before it's too
I
late.
did too. Best post can hope for is this last round, perhaps. Maybe make some things work on the attack side. But to be honest, the comp doesn't feel very catered towards the attack side here. I mean, it can get things done for sure. It doesn't have the flank trips. And I guess on the other side, they do have that double duelist, which is catered more
I got their omen!
for attack side than defensively with kind of these burst entries. But the way they've been playing, I'm surprised
Standing
they're
ahead.
even bothered
There
to
they
run
are.
double duelist. VGM just gonna find the kill on Dissident. One thing that I'm noticing with Bray on the kill here versus having like something like a Dissident. Oh, Bray will manage to find a kill there. One thing I am noticing in these rounds is we're not seeing the thing that we would see with the Jet Breach, where they would try to take space and fight certain areas. It feels like they're playing just very far back, very safe. AGM, just another beautiful shot there. What can you do? The Rays aren't being seen. And the deadlock will finally use the first time, and Goops finds another kill as well, and the ult is going to connect with
One enemy
the life in
remaining.
here.
30
Bray
seconds left. Spike
their
planted.
second on the round, has the AO ult active, is going to use that flash to make some entrance in here, and it's all down to Yaki, who did have one clutch earlier. But Bray will find their third, and Post will manage to close out a round. As I was kind of saying before, I feel like they're not using flashes and a duelist in banded together to take space on the map. We're kind of just seeing them sort of play back on this defensive side.
Switching sides.
We'll have to see if Post has some sort of offensive plan here. Feels like right now Transylvania have had their number, have worked them around the map, but now it's Post's chance to control the pacing of the map here. And yeah, as I was kind of saying before, I'm a little bit confused based on how Transylvania played the attack side, why they went for double duelist, because it feels like they were playing a more controlled style. Double duelist generally likes to be very bursty on their site takes. We did see it like once or twice, but generally it felt like they could have benefited maybe from the info gathering. Now we're seeing Bray on the opposite side of the map here. Isn't going to catch VGM going into wine, and Self is just taking a fight with Dissident, winning that fight as well, and Chaos going through mid.
Spike down mid.
One, but Goops also went down here, and now Bray going to get taken out by VGM here. We're just seeing a very spread pistol round here from Post. Fighting in 3 separate points now.
Right here.
Overall, what they did manage to find one kill in control of mid. Unfortunately, they're down so many numbers here. Zelt is a little bit low on HP.
Caution
there,
here.
So does have to play back towards B, and they're able to actually walk up all the way to Pizza here
Right here.
without any worry. Undetected here, but now, I mean, that footstep smoking through, and VGM is just on the flank looking for the fight, and SteveJobless finds the kill. One of the
30
rare
seconds
duels that
left.
VGM has actually lost so far. And now with everything going on, it's going to come down to Zelka.
One enemy remaining.
Just managed to find one, uses the wave here, and that was beautiful with the utility there. The Racing kind of forcing Mojo into a singular spot there where he was safe, and free fire from Zelt beautifully set up, and man, it just feels like this team is such a complete unit right now. 32 kills for VGM, but it's clear that anybody on this team can step up when needed.
Let's
Now,
flush them out.
Yep, we do have a force up here from Post, which will be matched by a very, very big buy here. On the other side, ooh, that is an Odin. Here for the spray potentially, and Stilt's gonna get taken down here. So now Post do have some sort of danger, but the Odin's just gonna mow down SteveJobless. Fall all the way back here, and that's another kill for Zelda. Making a third.
Spike down
alone
B.
here, and Bray finally will stop the massacre here.
Last player standing.
Usually now the reinforcements there, and the Odin now claimed by Bray here. It's probably going to be a peek. double at the same time. If they even choose to go for it, they know where the spike is, so they sort of disciplined here. They know that Odin is now in the hands of Bray. And with that TP, finds the space on the sidewalk, finds their own sort of little flank there. Wow, the force not paying off the post. And at this point, what do? You're stuck on sheriffs. You're about to give map point. And Odin recovered as well, so things looking dire here for post. They can put up a fight in this round, potentially. The sheriffs did go really insane in one of the rounds that they used them almost a round off of just pure sheriff calls.
Deploying drone.
See the drone. Just gonna get the same information that Mojo got with the body.
Shock dart.
Lead a jet there, terrifying jet. BGM. Ooh, the sheriff shot's not landing for Mojo there, and BGM will claim another victim here. Dissident so low HP, but so is Zelt, so I think the fight's definitely passing towards mid, and still finding the bow down here is going to survive with just a little bit of health left.
One enemy remaining.
Finds one. Long. Make it a second. Make it a flawless round. And we're already looking at
Match point
right now. This has been a dominant game one so far. I mean, it's just the level of coordination, the aiming from BGM. I don't know. It feels so flawless. I don't think I've ever casted a team that has looked this good, has looked this drilled on their plays. Pretty incredible from us right now. Soar space.
Found them. Killed my bot.
They do take out BGM really early here. Dissident for a kill here, but Bray will find that kill instead, and he's a beautiful fast execute here from post. Now they put themselves in a post point scenario, but there's a fast flank coming out from Mizuyushi here, but Mizuyushi finds one. Bray, that flank is gonna work out here, but
Take flight.
coming in a little too late. But with that hold,
Last player standing.
Goops almost gets taken down, but we'll find that kill instead. Dissident beat up Musashi. And post not going down without a fight here. A very clean execute for them there. Able to find that weak point in the defense and making things work. Source space and BGM not able to actually have a hold there, and there's a beautiful shot from SteveJobless to sort of kick off that round. Taking out BGM, taking out that main firepower, and it looks like they are just running it right back here.
Take flight. Enemy mark.
Gotta find mark one, but there's now 3 people in the area, and Bray will find one. BGM though
down
will shut
A.
it down. Zelt as well.
Somebody out.
The result being used, and it's just a death trap there. Supposed to manage to onto
Last
Spike's
player
down.
standing.
but with that flank,
Spike
there's
down
SteveJobless all alone. 1v4. What can he do? And still will
Defenders
close
win.
out that first map. Dominant performance. I've honestly never casted anything like it. The coordination there was just absolutely crazy. I mean, the firepower was there as well. VGM, 35 kills, only 6 deaths. Zelt, not too bad of a scoreline at 16 and 9 either. Musashi, 13 and 8. Not bad as well, but absolutely incredible start to the series for Transylvania. Post looking to bounce back on Lotus, I believe. Yep, Lotus will be our second map, and looks like we are going to take a 5-minute break here, so we'll be back in just a moment. Alright guys, and it looks like things should be readying up pretty soon here. So we are back and ready to go. Maybe a change in sides. Yep, looks like it is going to be defense side Lotus here for Transylvania's post will start on the attack. Oh, never mind. Attack side for Transylvania. Post will start on the defense, which attack side is the very favored side for Lotus as well. Appreciating the positivity in the chat. By the way, everybody. And yeah, it looks like we are about to hop into game 2 in just a moment. But I mean, so far, I mean, what a dominant first map. I believe it was 13-4 at the end. And it's just within the rounds themselves, it was just coordination was crazy. I don't know. It's something I've never seen before as a caster, at least in like my own individual games. Of course, I've seen like levels of coordination like that on like watching pro Valorant and stuff like that, but that's a whole different ball game. But I mean, I'm just a little bit shocked after that first game, to be honest. It's not some of the things that they were doing, just the way that they were setting up these lurkers, being able to like time everything, and like everything just seemed so drilled. It was so planned. They would set up lurkers so that when the entry happened on one side of the map, the lurker was ready to just walk through immediately after the rotates, and it just felt like they were almost playing the game with knowing where their opponents were the entire time. It's something that was just absolutely incredible from them. I mean, they had the individual skill to back it up as well too, and it was just very, very clean game from them. Have to see how Post can bounce back. I think the few rounds we did see that looked really, really good from Post were when they added a little bit more chaos into the round. It was that Sheriff round where they were grouped up, looked for fights. It was like a Sova dart that happened to spot everybody and kind of threw Transylvania into disarray because they all got spotted. They weren't prepped for it, and it just seems like it was those kind of rounds where there's more chaos added in that Post were able to compete in the aim department and make that work. So I want to see them maybe try to create more chaos, maybe be more aggressive on this defensive side, look for some plays and just to kind of fight and scrap. Because I think this slow play is very much not going in Post's favor here. I think the coordination, at least on the Ascent map, was just too much for Post to deal with. We'll see if they're as well drilled on a map like this. Obviously, every map is different. Looks like Mojo is going to be the one hovering the jet here. This VGM might be shifting over to Raze as well. Bray going to shift over to the Cypher that we've seen before. SteveJobless back on Astra. Goops going to stay on Deadlock. And yep, the Dissident Breach makes a welcome return. So Mojo will get on that jet. Hopefully we'll see some coordination. On the other side, we're seeing Killjoy being played, very standard on the map. Gecko also standard. Fade, kind of a flavor pick. There are a lot of teams that do run this Fade. There's some teams that choose not to, but I don't hate it. I think it's something that you can definitely do stylistically. Omen, pretty standard on this map as well, and Raze, another staple pick here. So we're seeing a very, very post comp versus a very standard pro play comp here. I know Fade is something that a lot of EU teams favored a lot. Stuff like Fnatic would play a lot of Fade on this map.
Sound sensor up.
So we'll have to see what kind of stuff they're looking for here, and I'm sure with the agents they're picking and how they're playing it, they're probably got something cooked up their sleeve here. Looks like it is more of an A stack here off the start, but they are sitting in their spawn, so maybe it kind of shifts over. But Meanwhile, Post are going to greet them with an A retaliation here. Mojo creep up, just getting that stun, and the Astra stuff coming through, but they're just going to wait it all out here, and I think Post pulled the trigger maybe a little too early. They do have this space kind of created here, though, so it is just going to completely stop Transylvania in their tracks here, but Gecko starting to work over towards B. This is very dangerous here from Gecko as he goes towards the stand. He's alone with the bomb. And sure, it's in probably a mostly recoverable spot here. That was lost. An issue, but beautiful shooting here for Mojo. Finds 2. Zelt will trade 2 back though, so we're looking at a 3
Without his blocking vision
situation here. SteveJobless. All alone on the site here, but now the rotates are coming through. They hit the door and they're just gonna walk out immediately here. I kind of like this look here because it drew all of the defenders from Post over towards this A site now. Now they're gonna have to kind of scramble to get back to sites. Thankfully, they do have that Sentinel utility. Cypher Cam gonna notice that nobody is
30 seconds left,
yet, and they do have the trips to get through, but it's gonna be a long rotate. You see by the look of things. I'm curious to see if they just try to walk through knowing that deadlock traps might be there. It's gonna be a run through.
Sensor tripped.
With the sensor being tripped. Didn't get any
No
stuns,
surprises.
It's gonna take a lot
10
of damage.
seconds left.
Managed to get out. Plant is gonna come through.
Spike
with
planted.
Just 10 seconds left here. And Goop's gonna go down. Just Bray and SteveJobless here. And
Here. Last player standing.
despite the early start around, Uziashi will grab 3. Grab the round in here. I like the idea for post there. I think they're maybe a bit too early on the initial execute. But how much time passed? They do have that utility still, or some semblance of that utility from Dissident. I believe there's still flash left. And the flash did
Listening.
a lot of work. Mojo was able to find 2. Almost had a 3rd kill there, but the ghost shot's not quite landing. Unfortunately, I think that could have been one of the difference makers here. Mojo walks up again with the sheriff here. Now they're taking some time. It looks like they are just going to grab that orb and get out of dodge here. Getting some spots here, knowing that there's a lot outside
Here.
of A here. Through here, Mojo not able to connect there with the turret, blinded. Dissident now going to be blinded as well as BCM is just in the sight with a judge Sora's face. And still to also find ones of their own. It's a beautiful execute.
One enemy remaining.
Taking the fight, looking for fight with the classic here, but maybe actually will clean up Goops there.
Grenade!
And I mean, another beautiful execute there. Again, it's just so well drilled. His entire game plan with everything going on. It's like used to great. It feels like them.
This is a nice spot.
Buying the judge on Ray's round 2 is a plan they already had for. They used the utility for it well.
This goes here.
It doesn't feel like anything's like on the fly.
I'll show
game time
you,
decisions.
scary omen. Here.
It feels like they've been through this time and time again. Now Mojo has a rifle and the ability to shot here. Finds one, make it 2. A firing range there. Coming 2 for that in Dissident. Looking for a blinding. Manages to find 1.
Spike down B.
Through here.
Cover going
Our
out.
overall advantage for Post here. They do have better guns, but Uziashi finds 1 gun. Space not picking up the other gun that was available there, and maybe they're just worried about Post instantly contesting that area for that gun. So we'll still be on this Spectre here, and SteveJobless maybe a heavy task here, but is going to head back over towards B, and the map just completely red right now. Again, but I guess the Cypher trips are over there, so let's run into that trip. Should spot out. This is an A commit here, and now we're
1 enemy remaining.
One make it a second.
Bite you.
A little bit of a solo play there, and I did like what Post did there. Managing to get those early kills onto Mojo. Again, working with this breach around the map. We'll see where they shift themselves. They do have full buys going into this. It should be completely full buys on both sides. And the first full rifle round of the map. One of the big things is that Stealth is only one ult from having Thrash, one of the most powerful ults in the game. So we'll see if they play for this orb early or maybe even just like a fight. Here. Oh, and that Astra Smoke is going to give them control of sand here. Meanwhile, the other side of the map is also going to be worked at the same time. And Uzihashi just going to step out and find that kill here, but Mojo going to walk a little too far forward. Trying to get some sort of an early flank, I think, but it's more of a spread out setup here. Some people would call a default even. Yashi finds the timing on Dissident, who was not ready for that, did not have a gun out. Bray searching for this Omen, not gonna find them.
Spike planted.
They've almost built themselves another free flank here. And should... Yep, does hear that late rotate here. Doesn't find the shot though.
Last player standing.
Bray will find one as well before going down to the nade of VGM, and it's just going to be 5 HP for Goops here. What can you do? 1v3, and almost finds the crosser, but VGM closes that round out. Man, Transylvania is just so good. Musashi this time being sort of the star on the scoreboard right now. 7 kills. Him taking a little bit more of a backseat. And I think that is because a couple of these breach jet plays have kind of gone to the face of VGM.
What's this?
Nice with Mojo. Same play as before, but the stun didn't actually land onto Zelt there. They were anticipating, and dodged it, popped up onto that very early there, so able to fight Jack normally here, and Mojo down to just 21 health kind of was sort of the hope in this round here for them as well, and now it's just going to be, looks like a C-look here. A lurker and Omen.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Yep, there it is. Crash. Pop. Hunting. They're just gonna fall back here. They know it's just Goops on the site with a second. Sensor tricked. Down Mojo. Stilts will find a second.
Spike planted.
Dissident trying
Thrash
to
isn't done with you!
couldn't quite seal for the there.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, just a classic in hand, isn't able to find the play. Bray, now all alone, knows that a flank might be coming.
Long.
Yeah, will peek first though. Another very clean round coming out. Again, it was versus like low buys, Jet 9s and classics basically, but clean nonetheless. Dissident maybe having an opportunity if that smoke was a little bit more misplaced. Could have seen that Gecko who was ulting. Or if there was a better gun than a classic.
We can come back
there.
from this.
And now we're seeing another brawl towards A by the looks of it. Oh, beautiful shooting from both Mojo and Dissident to find 2 early picks, and looks like they're trying to chase this down. They get space, they're gonna just get out. And I think the biggest thing about this combo here has been a lot of times they are getting that aggression, they are finding some early kills, but it's usually creating an even.
I must wait a moment. Here.
And then they're working the map after that situation.
Here.
the less defenders you have, the harder it is to hold, especially on three sites.
No escape. No surprises.
Fighting for their life here. Isn't able to find
Face your fear!
Gonna hear the plant.
Let's go!
And now the breach ult gonna be used here.
Where is
30 seconds left.
Through here for
One
Post.
enemy remaining. Last player
And it's a
standing.
1v1 now. Bray vs. Zelt knows where they are. Ooh, the shot. Gonna go a little bit wide here, but Zelt does have a little bit of damage, and with time ticking, 11 seconds
10
left.
seconds left.
A little bit of a pressure situation. Bray just playing time, and Bray will find a triple kill on the round. We'll get Post's much needed second round here. The thing is, remember, this is a very attacker-sided half, so every round you can get is really, really important. Looks like we are going to have a tech pause here, as I think there was a little bit of an issue with some...
Ah, this is a nice spot. That goes there.
That had a little bit of a disconnect here. I think I saw it towards partway through the round. I'm not sure if it had an actual impact on the round.
It goes
I think
here.
they were already dead beforehand. But that's what I like to see from Post there. They managed to find those first 2 kills around that orb. They played their lives after. Didn't try to overforce too many kills. Got their numbers advantage. Played their post plant well. Even though Goops goes down early in that, they do have that breach ult. And I want to say it was SteveJobless that got taken out as the breach ult was coming through, but Bray was able to trade that out, able to find these kills, and through a coordinated effort, attack from multiple angles. Managed to be very chaotic, but coordinated on that retake. That's kind of what we want to see here from Post as this half continues. I think they want to play a high numbers game on this map. They want to be in post plant situations on retakes where they have better numbers than their opponent, generally higher numbers, higher numbers of people alive than dead here. I think 2v2 retakes are hard. I think even 3v2 can be sometimes difficult, but when you get these like 5v5 retakes, it's really hard for the attackers to hold the sites. So I think playing retake generally pretty optimal on this map. If you can keep map space on the other parts of the map, avoid lurkers. And right now I don't see that much lurking going on here for Transylvania compared to what we saw from them in the first game. So, I mean, there was a few here and there. Overall, I think Uziyashi had one towards B Heaven when they got the A plant. But to be honest, that round felt pretty much already over before that lurk happened. It was just a potential free kill, and I think it actually went the way of Goops, if I recall. But Goops, last one alive, was eventually went down here. Might actually be multiple crashes here. No, I think it's just VGM. Yep, everybody else has made purchases. Yep, looks like it is VGM. But, yeah, I mean, a much better look there from Post on that round. And honestly, just in general, I like their game plan a lot better. We'll have to see how this continues to play out. But it looks like we are looking at a PC crash here. So it could take a minute or two. The Navi Classic on display here. Here from Bray. Let's look around at some skins here. Ooh, we got the Kuranami kunais, I believe is what they're called, from Goops. With the Z Classic, we've seen that quite a bit. I'm surprised. Oh wait, it's the DC. Of course, there's no inspect coming through here. And more Kuranami knives. The Recon Phantom, my favorite Phantom in the whole game. That gun just hits. I don't know. I was the biggest doubter before I used it. Something about that gun, it's perfect. It has aimbot on the skin, I swear. But Reaver Vandal, always a classic here. I like the little jet buddy with it. Not sure about the velocity melee, but not a bad one at least. And we have the Champions 2024 knife, I want to say. Oh, 2023. It says it right there. Anyways, I'm dumb, but I was trying to guess all these names, and it just says it under like the melee nodes side. And a Chronovoid Vandal. Something I used to like a lot was the Chronovoid, but kind of grew out of it. Prime Karambit here from Mojo. Upgraded, I assume, which is the only way to use that knife. That knife is not great upgraded. The animations are somehow make it worse. Ooh, the Singularity Sheriff here from Dissident. One of the better Singularity skins in my opinion. Ooh, and the little inspect there. Showing off the Z Classic now for us. Beautiful timing there. Oh, and there's the little music. Wonder what they're talking about. Clearly planning some sort of strategy here. So Breach and Jet will discuss. Dissident and Mojo, the two veterans on this team. And we're gonna move over to SteveJobless and the RGX butterfly knife. Big fan of that one. That looks so angry in that spray. She does not want to deal with it. Mojo going to turn around, so some shenanigans here for post. Looks like update. Technology issues now post. Gonna have the group up strat. We've done a full circle on the skins. Oh, Recon Butterfly as well for Distant. The classic butterfly knife. Pretty solid. I personally use the red one when I use this one, but
Here.
not gonna judge. Who's still swinging those knives? Oh, and we have some shenanigans over here. Sova dropped his ice cream and now raises.
Right there.
Out here being very
Right there.
happy. Ooh, and we got a jet spray as well. All of these pre-routes not because remember the agent won't really Odin being used right now. Prime is one of the best ones. Looks like Post are running laps right now, it seems. I have no clue what's going on right now. But it looks like Goops was in the lead, and now we're going in reverse, and suddenly Bray is leading whatever lap this is. I'm having network issues now. like we're good. And we're back to being a little bit spread out here. Oh, we got more sprays. The X key, is that the ultimate? Yeah, it is. Wingman! Wingman, 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 wingman. Carrying the trophy. Oh, and wingman's gone. Dancing Omen. Everything is fine. I'm that Phoenix right now and the wingman disappeared. Jet v Jet. Wow, everyone just showing off these nice sprays here. Looks like both teams at least having some fun in the comms and everything right now. Looks like PC has been logged into. Valorant will be open soon. Adult going insane, practicing their shooting on their teammates. No friendly fire in Valorant. Thank God. One of my least favorite things about CS. Man. Oh, the amount of times that I've been shot in the head by a teammate in CS or done the same. And it's like, because people are doing it on purpose, so if you shoot so many teammates, you get banned, but then sometimes it happens on accident. It's a whole thing. It becomes a whole issue with balancing how much is too much. And, yeah. Do be kind of tough sometimes.
Right there.
That's crazy. Oh, had to float from, what's its name? Float from, my brain hurts. Is it just heaven? Is it just a heaven? Is that what people call it? I don't know. Looks like everybody is losing their minds a little bit. It looks like Goops running around having a good time. Still swinging that knife. I think it's wild that, I feel like most Valorant players will, like, press the attack button while they're running around and stuff. I think it's wild that Goops just lets the knife swing, lets the inspect animation kind of go through. I feel like me, personally, when I'm jumping around, I'm just swinging my knife. Maybe that's just a me thing. I'm not like super swinging it, but like, you know, like now I'm feeling self-conscious about my my use of my knife while playing it. Ooh, a VGM reconnect. Let's go. VGM is back. Can play the game. Looks like they did lose a timeout for that because it would take quite a bit of time. Like we are right back into the action now, and wow, it's been so long. Like, post are on light highs here. Didn't post just win around? Yeah, they did, but they don't have a lot of guns. They have just Bray with a gun, who may be challenged here, actually, off the rip. So despite the post win, they didn't get a lot of money out of it. Only Bray was left alive. does look like it's probably just going to be a C challenge, and one of the issues with Deadlock as well, of the problem with Deadlock balance stuff, and why this agent isn't used a lot is if you put the wall down reactively, it gets completely obliterated fast. If you put it down early, it doesn't last that long. It's kind of an issue with it. It's kind of an issue with Sage Wall. But because you can shoot through it...
Fire in the hole!
Meanwhile, Raise Rocket with BGM coming back from the DC, finding the first kill since, trying to make it a second, but Dissident will shut that down.
30 seconds left.
The Sheriff ringing true, just 20 HP. So
Spike planted.
Bray, the only one with a gun here, and looking to seek out Omen here, and unable to land the shots, and both will play away with their lives here. Meanwhile, on the other side, I think SteveJobless gonna get taken out. Oops. Have an opportunity. Managed to find one with that ghost. He actually will take down Dissident here. Bray.
Last player standing.
It's all down to Bray now. 1v2. They gave it a good go. There's a flank on the way here. Location revealed as well, and certainly only a matter of time with time ticking down. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's any time at all. Go down, lose that gun.
Right there.
Not a big deal. Should have a buy, I believe.
Hey, little man, pump us up. Let's hear it.
Should be maybe a little bit on the lighter end, but a buy nonetheless. Full utility, yep, still so. Light armor, not a big deal. Mojo, though, does put this op in play here. Maybe a dangerous round or so, but I do often look for something towards Seaside, so I do like this positioning from Mojo here. We'll have to see how this plays out if they try to raw check it. They do, and Mojo taking that first pick, and we'll see what he can do with that. Now this becomes a lot harder. Task, the smoke coming through here. That's the only so I'm not sure if I like that. Kind of cutting off that sight line. Making this very dangerous for Mojo as the sort of fade here, and well.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Stay down!
Mojo manages to find a second one here. Almost reaches a third, but just moving a little bit as that shot was going on, and we're looking at a
Hold them to their grave!
Back in Mojo here. Just gonna look to get out of dodge here.
Reeling them in!
The real beautiful timing there on the BGM, but Dissident
Last 30 seconds left.
not one but two with the op. Trying to outshine Mojo with this op here
Taking that
on this breach, and looking for this last kill here, and just under the op line of sight. Zell find one, almost makes it a second. SteveJobless though will close that out. Some nice shots from her. Host have found themselves once again on the board, keeping this relatively competitive, pretty close for the side of the map that they're on. I would say very competitive for the side of the map they're on, even though they're only trailing, or even though they're trailing 2 rounds early.
Right there.
Not a big deal. Kind of a good situation to be in. The pockets of Transylvania still high.
Right
but,
there.
Getting a little bit. Wow, Zelt just gonna take out Mojo on this off angle. And Dissident can't find the shot either. So BGM gonna find that. What a cheeky little angle there from Zelt. Right through. Gonna completely dismantle
Well divided!
the A site defense
Spike
here.
planted.
What a great adaptation from the trick at the time.
Last player standing.
It's all down to just goops with this bulldog.
Flawless.
Zelt, who was practicing that Odin in the tech pause. They're gonna opt not to grab that op. which I do like that choice on this attack side. I think it's really hard to op attacking on this map. It's kind of hard to op attacking in general on most maps. Obviously, there's some exceptions. I think Breeze is a big exception in that sense, but generally speaking, a little bit tough to do so. They want to be more explosive, I think, and I don't think the op's very beneficial, especially with the worry about losing that op. Donate that weapon right back to the defense. You don't have the greatest econ right now. Donating is maybe the worst thing that you can do to a team that's struggling with eco, and who probably with 3 rounds left might not even be able to get another op out, and Mojo's gonna scrap towards B. Not gonna find anything, but meanwhile towards this A site here, BGM looking for something. Now they have to be worried about somebody being intrigued. We can finally take me to walk in. There's pull the after start here. Finds it now. Ruined. They're gonna work it out. We got some coming through. SteveJobless finds another, but a trade back and forth yet again, and Tsuyashi trying to fight all alone here, and Dissident
30 seconds left.
As well, potentially in trouble here. Tries to go
Last
for the flash,
player
but
standing.
Sora is just there for it. Don't found goops as well, so it's just
Spike planted.
See ya. My ult's ready.
For sheriff shot. Oh well. And
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
kill.
so terrifying, but 1 bullet left for Mojo. After that second shot comes through, it has an opportunity for a third, but it's so hard for this Odin.
What's this?
Oh, and tries to make it work with the classic right click. He's out. Finds that 3K. I like the try for Mojo there, but unfortunately, it's just gonna be an ult burned. Nothing else is out. Terrifying with this Odin right now. These last 2 rounds, just knowing all the wallbang angles. Odin, one of its most powerful maps, I'd probably say, and choosing now to bust it out after the, I think was a smart idea. Not letting them get used to it, kind of giving them a second look here. Once again, adaptations. But at least post this, this map is pushing them to make a lot of those adaptations that I don't think they necessarily had to make in game 1, so you'll see how deep their playbook is, if Post can potentially come up with another solution here. Once again, all alone, potentially in trouble here.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Sensor
Very
tripped.
much in trouble
No
here.
surprise.
Sensor tripped. A very similar spot as usual, so I'm surprised they kind of fell for it again. It will be a 1-for-1 trade, a site taken. Mojo will kill that B lurker. Now they're starting to figure out where these lurks are. Fine.
Spike planted.
On a disgusting angle here. Potentially ready to get stunned though. The breach ult available. The biggest raise ult here, and gets knocked off.
She's still going
hard,
for
but
ya.
Mojo's gonna get taken
Wrong
down.
buddy out.
Crash is so hard. BGM finds another.
Last
Finds
player
one, make it
standing.
a second, and now Zelt all alone, but does have this Odin. It's playing so loud. It's oh so difficult.
One enemy remaining.
What the?
Zelt finds the first kill, make it a second.
Respectfully,
Oh
saw
my
you,
god.
Mosh.
It's so disgusting.
Last round before the
Odin.
switch.
Such a powerful gun. Very underutilized, and Zelt looking like an expert on it. That last shot was so insane. And they are just handling the
Careful
pressure
here.
so well. Post, though, climbing into a lot of these rounds, giving a solid shot, making it come down to 1 or 2 people.
Blocking movement.
Now, 4 rounds can
Throwing net.
last 2. Keeps in a very dangerous spot.
Face your fear! Sensor tripped.
Oh, and BGM just blast packing up and finds now they know where Mojo is. They're gonna spray through. Mojo will get out of dodge.
Spike planted.
5 retake once again planted for Mound, so another difficult situation. The double crouch there.
Where is everyone hiding? Weapon here.
You should run.
Now they will get the Killjoy ult ticking now. It's gonna get this hard.
Last player standing.
It's still ticking. It's down to SteveJobless. Won't even make it out in time here, so that's gonna be a free kill picked up in a round. Once again, here for Transylvania.
Placing swarm
Switching
grenade.
sides.
And the side swap coming through, another 9-3. Despite what I think looked like a much better half, still the same result for the first half between both games. However, I think instead of being on the favorite side originally, Posts were on the less favorite side. So now
Here.
being on the attack side will be good for them here. We'll have to see what kind of plays they look for here. And such a tough beast to stare down, though, when you're down this many rounds. They pretty much need a successful pistol here.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Pressure to take this space towards Rubble here. And maybe pulling the trigger a little too early, but if they're using a trick for the space, I don't hate it. Worried about a potential rush, and now we're seeing a lot of stuff towards C, and noise now made. So let's see Omen rotate up a little bit here for that contact, and I think the big thing is Bray.
Cage triggered.
Gonna put a cage here and make this potentially a behead here. As now we're seeing people rotate in through the door.
Here.
Seeing Gecko Blind come through, and we are just close to a behead here. Still to all alone gets taken out, and now we're gonna see an absolute brawl coming through. Belt finds the first one. Dissident will get a trade. SteveJobless also gonna trade Bray.
Last player standing.
SteveJobless gets that trade, and gunfight's going back and forth. Posts win the scrap with 3 left alive. It wasn't the cleanest round,
Trust me, they'll know
but
what's hit them.
it was a very, very good round here for them. I think Post thrive a lot in the chaos. It was a very Post-esque
Right there.
round. It's the type of rounds they want. The rotate to B, I think, was a good idea overall. After getting that C pressure and just going full guns blazing, winning these fights together on the pistol. That is how you do it. Trading well together, and now the guns they have, they should be able to take a second
Spike
round
dropped.
here, hopefully. We are seeing Zelt just running up with a shorty here, but literally no range. So, it's like, wait, see them? I'm a little confused.
Here. 3.
Regardless, Mojo's got 3 on the round. Upgrades to a Bulldog, which was, I think, in the hands of Bray originally, perhaps. GM tucked in here.
Last player
almost
standing.
finds it with the classic, but fortunately nothing. There.
Spike planted.
Most have got another round on their hands. And Mojo 4K. Looking crazy. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there with Bray. We'll have to see if there's a tech pause or anything.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars.
But, yeah, they don't have much of a bite. They got the 3 Bulldogs from last round. Salt already has that Odin available. I have a feeling he's going to use it early here. I think Poster just going to hit up this B site here fast. Smoke comes through and they're just going to walk away here. I think if you're going to go B there, I think you just commit super fast. Where the rotates come through, and now everyone's centralized towards B. Might make it a little difficult to find these more isolated fights that you kind of want when you're down guns. You want to like have like random 3v1s versus the defense, and now drop down there, and still just finds Mojo and Dissident. I think there was like a little bit of a miscommunication there. As Dissident kind of just walked through, and I swear Mojo got a peek. But, tough luck there. Stilts now just gets to sit towards A here. With all that information up that far on A, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be a C or B hit here.
30 seconds left.
Just gonna run on through.
Last player standing.
In the corner.
Long.
He actually closes out that round. Man, unfortunate look there on that round for Post, but honestly, it was a round that they weren't supposed to win anyways based on the guns. So,
I got enough time to go into the Astral form.
A little unfortunate the way they lost it, I think. Maybe a tilter, but let's see how resilient they can be here. They do have rifles now.
Here.
A Spectre still for Sora space, so we will have to see what they do with that. And Zell, oh, so dangerous with this Odin here. Just littering bodies right now. Mojo looks for the fight, but still take out Dissident here. And now with an Omen blind coming through, Mojo all alone in the darkness here, but to find their way out again.
Where is everyone hiding?
Gonna get taken down by
One enemy remaining.
Stilts with a triple kill.
Spike down A.
It's all down to make it a quadra for Stilts. 4 kills on the round. Man,
Can I get this?
rounds are just so tough for Post there. And I felt like that Odin just did so much chip damage sitting there in free. By the time they took the fights, it was just, it felt kind of panicked. Like, we have to deal with this Odin before it, like, literally kills us because it's just cutting through the wall, and then you're taking fights on...
Get out of my way!
Not your terms, and... So difficult now. It's completely gunned down. 6 HP already. Hasn't even seen a person. This guy, not even to the. Wow, what a mess.
Spike
Right
down
there.
A.
Absolute utility bomb. Having a hard time even keeping track of it. Dissident now going through with the sheriff. As I was saying before, the Mosh Molly from Gecko there. Just like the initial ticks of it was what ended up.
Last player standing.
Another kill with this Odin, another spray.
Easy.
This is Sheriff's gonna hit.
Satchel out.
And a 4K for Zell. Man, this Odin, how do you deal with
Match point.
it? I think you go to the other site, maybe? is the only solution, it feels like here. Zell is just so insane on A with it. Looks like Dissident is trying to match the pen here. We just got 4 Odins. 3 Odins. We just got 3 Odins. Honestly, fight fire with fire. I like it. Unfortunately, VGM has an op.
Placing sentry.
That's 1 Odin down. That's VGM escaping. That's Mojo running through and finding the kill on the VGM. And then he's gonna delay this push here, but SteveJobless should be protected. Big deal. The big issue, though, is that there's a flank here, and Mojo's got that taken out. So now you just have to worry about the second flank, which not ready for here. Stilts might be able to escape. Is going to be able to escape. And 2v3. Surprised Post didn't just look to take the site once they knew about the second flank there. Knowing that it was only a 1-on-C and you could get that 53, now they're going to be a bit more grouped up. All that contact.
30 seconds left.
Wall here. Their own deadlock wall they had to take down there, but we got Astra walls, deadlock walls.
Spike planted.
No safe walls.
My territory.
Down.
One enemy remaining.
Right there.
Out. The Odin
Last player standing.
can't save Stilts, but I don't think it's gonna matter because that is gonna be the game. And with 4 Odins purchased in the round,
Beep, beep, beep. Enough of that.
so
Defenders win.
All right. Much
the
love, team.
supreme Odin there. But good try there for Post. But honestly, once again, Transylvania University, the best team I think that I have ever casted for, wasn't even close. The coordination was just absurd. They had pop-off players everywhere. Zelt was so big that that game with the Odin. Just a great team overall. And with that being said, looks like that is going to be the end of everything. And yeah, we'll be back next week for NECC Week 3. But that is going to be the end here. Good night, everybody.